Hey guys, it's Super Matt. Today's a Mobile Minute with Matt and Friends, and I have my good friend on today with us, Lenore Boyd with Coldwell Banker Apex. Hi Lenore, how's it going today?
Good, good. How are you doing, Matt?
I'm doing great. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday to you. It's a great start to a great week.
It's a great start. Yep. So you've been officing from the house, I would imagine.
Yeah, that much has not changed other than having my kids here doing some homeschooling. But luckily, I have teenagers, so I'm not having to do the homeschooling myself. They can self-teach themselves. So
Now,
that's really good.
are they coming to you with school questions, the ones that us parents cannot answer anymore?
I think we learned in their elementary school years, simple math is not simple math for them.
No.
And the way that we do it, does not translate to the way they do it today. And it just added a lot more confusion. So I learned my lesson with being teacher to my kids several years ago when they were in elementary school.
Yeah. Well, us having an 11-year-old still at home, some of the questions that she's getting right now, I can learn how to answer them, or if I know how to answer them in my own way, but not in her way. And she tells me that too. It's like, you can't answer it that way. And I was like, yes, I can.
I love when they tell us that's not how you do it. Well, honey, this is the only way I know.
It's the only way we know how to do it. So give us some information about what you've been doing. What's been the protocols? What have you put your processes in place right now with doing any type of virtual showings or listings or in person? What's been going on with you, and how has this COVID-19 issues affected your business?
Well, I think that we've been pretty lucky in that real estate and kind of all disciplines kind of related to real estate are still considered essential. People are still having to buy, they're still having to move for whatever reasons.
Yeah.
And so we're adapting to the market where we've made a huge pivot in the way that we conduct business. And it is with more virtual,
Mhm.
virtual videos, virtual showings, virtual signing. And I tell you, I can't wait for the day to come back that we get back to normal and have that more of that face-to-face and that client care versus kind of being it at a distance. So this is still an adjustment for me. I've had several closings during this time and it's still an adjustment. I'm not liking it so much, but I have a feeling that some of it may continue going forward because it still may be a better solution for some clients. So what we're doing for showings, for instance, if I have a buyer and I'm going into the home, I've got a little kit that I keep in my car where I have gloves, I have masks, and I
Yeah.
have a sanitizer spray.
Mhm.
And we're asking the sellers to go ahead and turn on all the lights and open all the doors so that when our clients are coming in, and even when I'm coming in, I'm not touching anything in the home. So I'm not further contaminating their home. So the way that we're getting there now is we're not putting clients in our cars and we're just meeting at the properties. We're cleaning off that lockbox before we go in. We're wiping it down, going in, and then we're keeping the social distancing as we're walking through the house. Again, this just kind of keeps some safety precautions there when we're face to face. Our clients are also wearing the gloves and the mask, and they can look around, hands behind their back or in their pockets, wherever they're comfortable, and they're not having to open doors and drawers and turn on lights and light switches. So
Mhm.
we are asking the sellers to do a little bit of work, and we're asking for everyone involved just to kind of take some of those additional precautions.
Right.
If I've got a seller, I'm providing them a kit of some hand sanitizer and gloves and such so that they can go through and sanitize their home in between showings
Mhm.
if that works for their schedule. Even at closings, gosh, at closings, we're doing curbside where, there's not a lot of face-to-face that's going on. And this is different for me. I'm glad to sit across from the table and kind of talk a little bit about some of the things that happened, during our transaction, and we really make it fun. And that's just really
Yeah.
hard going from car window to car window.
Yeah.
Um, so, it's nice that all the other industries that are related to real estate have also taken those precautions. I
Yeah.
mean, even you guys as inspectors, we're not doing verbal reports anymore.
Yeah.
I miss that. I really like that. I really think that's where the clients really feel comfortable in having that conversation with the inspector to know, things that are of concern and things that, what, this really isn't that big of a deal. This is something that you can do to handle. And they always give really good kind of little directions.
Yes. Yeah.
But I did pull just kind of the activity over the weekend in the MLS, and this is just over the last 3 days. And this is just Denton, Collin, and Dallas counties, because those are the counties that I really serve.
Okay.
We had 459 new listings come on the market.
Wow.
That's still a lot. That's still a lot over a 3-day period.
Yeah.
We had 361 go under contract, and we closed on 343. So those are still some really good numbers.
Mm-hmm.
There's still business to be had out there. There's still some homes to purchase. We are taking measures to protect everyone by also doing the virtual tours, so that keeps them from having to go in. And I think that that's how a lot of houses are selling right now, just kind of sight unseen, other than a virtual tour. So
for sure,
we're still moving forward.
Yeah, good. That's good numbers to hear, isn't it? So
yes, it is. Very encouraging.
If we can get this turned around before the end of the summer, that'll be great, and I think we'll just all have a really terrific end of the, last 6 months of the year. I think it'll really turn on for all of us. So, and next year too. Next year will be a great year too. So I look forward to all that, and I look forward to getting to see everybody in person again too. So since you've been at home and working from the house, and the kids have been home, do y'all have y'all set yourself up for a favorite snack during the day? What's been the go-to to eat?
Well, I try to provide good choices, because it's easy just to go and pick up the first thing.
Right.
So we've been keeping a lot of fruit. Like right now, strawberries are really fresh and they're sweet.
Yeah.
So we're keeping like strawberries, blueberries, grapes, kind of a guilty pleasure. We have some peanut butter filled pretzels.
Wow.
Those are pretty yummy.
Yeah.
So that's those don't last very long.
No. Yeah, that all the good stuff goes really quick. You really have to ration it out to get it to make it through the week, Yeah. And you got boys too, right?
I have a boy and a girl.
Boy and girl. Yeah. So anyway, well, if you had one wish to make today and you could only make one wish, what would that be?
Gosh, I'll say this is really kind of two, but they're kind of related. I just look for us getting through this pandemic safely and well and unscathed. And then with that, I think that this has brought about somewhat of a greater sense of community. I know that there's been a lot of activity in my neighborhood with one of the young men in our neighborhood. He turned 8 and he can't have a birthday party. Yeah. So we all arranged to have the drive-by parade, and everybody made signs and they were honking the horns, and some of it was a little bit of tailgating. There were families that had their kids in the bed of the truck and they were just driving through, and they made like 2 rounds around the block just so that it, continued on for him. And just some of the sense of things like that sense of community. And, we didn't know everybody that came through, but that was quite all right. It really made it fun, and it was a really good feeling for him. So I, get through this unscathed, and then also kind of maintain and maybe continue some of the community outreach that we've got. Yeah. Really nice.
All of this is going to bring us closer together, and I appreciate that. That's going to happen,
yes.
Knowing that our communities are come together. Well, I want to just say I appreciate you being on today. You really had some great information to share with us about your numbers and what's going on, in our communities. And we appreciate you being on. I want to say thanks to Super Inspector for providing the time on Zoom today. And if there's anything we can do for you, Lenore, please let us know. And I want you to have a great week.
I got your number. Thank you for the opportunity, Matt. Have a great one, and I hope to see you soon.
Okay. Bye-bye.